We've been in Brittany for a few weeks now and are really starting to get in the swing of things.
Bit of a fun full canvas upwind sail. I'm into it.
In last week's episode, we reached South Brittany and we're now exploring and enjoying the best the region has to offer with beautiful scenery and tasty food.
This is very cute.
It's time to collect the galette.
It's our second day in Audierne, little town up the river here, sort of officially into South Brittany. The entrance was pretty hairy, quite long, but the town's been very beautiful. Quite nice, a few nice little bars and restaurants. Mostly just been doing laundry and work and chores, and met a nice couple from Kouign in Switzerland. But we're heading south to Sainte Marine tomorrow morning.
We've really enjoyed our time in Audierne. We went for a long French lunch, complete with desserts, but the highlight was the path north out of town along the river. It was perfect for running and long evening walks.
We've come for a little walk down the river. What do you think, Laura?
Oh, it's beautiful. So nice.
Yeah. Sort of everything I was hoping Brittany to be so peaceful.
Yeah, so peaceful, just bird songs. Birds chirping.
Why is it so cold?
Ready? Yeah. Coming out of the channel though. Still coming out of the channel. You need your start, yeah? Okay, good. I'm glad I clarified
Yeah,
that.
that's good clarification. I was like, port marker on my port side.
It's red not return.
Yeah.
Red depart.
Red right return is wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Red right return is wrong.
We are motoring from Audierne to Sainte Marine today. There is a little bit of wind, but not quite enough for us to sail. There would have been better wind yesterday, but the sea conditions just looked horrible. And it was actually supposed to rain a little bit. So we are leaving today instead. We've had to get up at the absolute crack of dawn. It's now 9 AM and we've been going for 2 hours already. So it should be about a 7-hour motor in total, and hopefully we get some sailing during that time. And we're having a little bit of a treat underway today to try and break up the journey a bit. We are having Kouign-Aman, which is a pastry that they sell in Brittany. Apparently means butter cake in Breton, and is very much from the Breton school of bakery. How much sort of butter and sugar can we cram into a baked good with some flour to kind of bind it all together, but really it's about the butter. They're a laminated dough, kind of like a croissant, but with a lot more sugar in them, so it should be tasty.
Oh, it's so sticky. Wow, that is good. Sweet, flaky, surprising amount of texture, a bit chewy. It's not like a croissant that just falls apart. There's a little bit more substance and chew to it. It's almost a bit caramelized. It's quite salty. Oh, it's delicious. Really good.
It's almost like a baklava.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's closer to a baklava than a croissant because it's with all these layers, and I think it's got like sugar syrup in there. You can tell, yeah, it's super buttery, super sugary, very, very tasty. Not a very healthy breakfast, but I'm enjoying it.
So we've had enough wind to pull the sails out, sort of getting 9 or 10 knots consistently. Line to the VHF. We slowed down a little bit, probably lost about 0.7 of a knot, but we're still doing 4.6. It's very comfortable. Bit of a fun full canvas upwind sail. I'm into it. We're 42 degrees apparent on port side, and we're making pretty good progress. What amazing sailing we've had so far. Just so much more comfortable than we've experienced for a long time. It's been great.
Well, we had a good run. We sailed for what, 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
But now the wind has died and headed us, so we are going to have to fill the sail in and put the engine on.
Yeah, we've been sailing overall for hours.
Yeah, we've been sailing overall for hours, but this last little bit we only managed 15 minutes.
This is very cute. Super cute. That one has a turret. Is that one a chateau?
Yeah, I'd say that. A petit chateau.
That's got to be a petit chateau. It's not a maison, it is a petit chateau. Why did we sail north?
The Brittany coast is famous for its rivers, and we were keen to check them out. The Audierne River has 2 towns, Benardet on the east bank and Sainte Marine on the west. We'd heard from some sailors in Audierne that Sainte Marine was nicer, so we decided to check it out. It's smaller and quieter than Benardet, and the scenery did not disappoint. We've been in Sainte Marine for 2 days and we are about to head to Concarneau. We've just had a bit of a zero yesterday, just kind of recovering after a week with lots of sailing in it, and it has been really beautiful here. although my only complaint is that the visitors pontoon is basically treated as a footpath by basically everyone in the town, so there's just constantly people walking past us, which has not been the most relaxing. So yeah, we're looking forward to moving somewhere new today, even though it has been absolutely beautiful.
It's been lovely. River's been nice. Little town is very beautiful.
Yeah.
Had a little beer and a platter of meat.
Planche.
A planche.
A plank of meat, yeah.
Yeah, it's been good.
But yeah, now it's time to leave.
For the keen-eyed among you, I ended up swapping this spring line, so I'm going to drive forward. Get my bum out. You ready to drop it, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and drop it. Actually, hold on.
Okay.
Try to spring some more. Yeah. You can drop it now.
Okay. Nice one.
Looks like it might be a little bit rough out there. So we've left Sainte Marine, absolutely hooning along, 6 knots on a close reach. The sail area has 2 reefs in it, so it's been brought in quite a lot. One of the things though that we've struggled with this morning is like just a bit of a, I guess, maybe a personality clash between Laura and I, or perhaps me not communicating very well. One of the challenges I have is I wake up in the morning like I'm shot out of a cannon, particularly if I've had a strong coffee. Last night I was anxious to leave the port because the wind builds through the day, and what I didn't do was communicate that very well to Laura. And so we left this morning and Laura felt very rushed, and we got out and I hadn't properly communicated the conditions and they weren't very good.
You decided that we were going to leave an hour earlier than you told me without telling me.
Yeah, I decided when I was lying in bed last night that we'd leave at 8 instead of 9. I'm sorry, my bad.
That's okay. I can't. Yeah, you're going to have to come down here.
We're both learning. Pretty fun sail though, right? I think it's good. 6.1
Oh my god.
with a spray.
Come on, you're definitely cleaning it up. Suddenly a load flatter.
And relaxed. We've just turned away from the wind quite a bit, so all of a sudden that reduces the perception of how much wind we're getting, and also means that the smaller foresail that we were using is not the right sail anymore, so we got to get the bigger one out, which is just, it's going to be able to catch the wind a bit better. It's a bit further forward from the mast, and it'll drive us faster in this wind. So before we were seeing 20 knots because we were going forward 6 knots, now we're going away from it at 5 knots, so we're only seeing 14.
Right, no, I'll see my sunglasses the other way. Oh shit! You like grab them with your handle over the lens as well and threw them into the... Look, I'm down to 1 pair of sunglasses. I can't have you treating them like
I'm
this.
so sorry. Yep, ready.
guess there's a big school of fish over there.
So we've been going for about, what, an hour and a half?
Yeah, 2 hours.
2 hours. We've turned onto a broad reach, still doing 6 knots, not exactly on the course that we want to be doing, but we're almost there. I mean, I can see the mast and I can see the entrance to the river. Quite a lot of sea life today.
Yeah, there must be some sort of huge pod of fish near us, because there's loads of fishing boats and all these birds like diving down on it. It's super cool.
But yeah, I'm excited to check out Concarneau. It's supposed to have a pretty epic old castle there and old town.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
The chart does say that the channel that we're in at the moment is mandatory for vessels transporting hydrocarbons. So I'm like, oh, maybe this is going to be a bit more industrial than we thought.
Might be.
But
Well, anyway,
we'll find out.
Let's go in and find out.
It's a bit rolly coming in.
Given we arrived just in time, we headed out for a very Breton lunch, some cider and a galette.
You enjoying it, Laura?
Yeah, it's tough to collect a galette. A bit sick.
Why?
After all that cheese and cream and
I feel great.
ice cream.
And I had a coffee. So one of the reasons we came to Concarneau is the awesome old town, which looks great. Looks super fun. Come on, man.
Caffeinated stew waits for nobody.
On y va.
Take a breath.
On y va.
Take a breath and you're left behind.
Old town. Marina. Old town. Marina. Wife that's definitely not annoyed at how much coffee I've drunk.
Oh, I'm never annoyed at you.
Come on, let's go.
Concarneau is famous for its old town, a medieval fortified island connected to the mainland by a bridge. The town's fortifications were built to protect it from invasions and raids, particularly from the English during the 100 Years' War. Thankfully, they're more welcoming to English visitors nowadays.
One of the things that I've really loved about cruising Brittany is that we spent the last couple of weeks moored up in these small towns next to these beautiful river walks. And today we're 10 minutes from this, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, if even that, like we're the other side of the wall from this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the only place I've ever been before that feels like this is Universal Studios.
Yeah, it's got a bit of that vibe.
It's very, very cute, but it is full of what we would normally call TTTs, or tacky tourist traps, selling you the same bowls as everywhere else on the street.
Gotta say, Brittany just keeps on giving.
It really does.
So beautiful. Happy wife, Fort Delfino.
It is an absolutely horrible day here in Concarneau today. We are waiting out a bit of a storm before we continue further south, and I'm going to take the opportunity to do a little bit of cooking, and I'm going to make us some buckwheat galettes for lunch. We've had quite a lot of buckwheat galettes since we've been in Brittany, and we've had quite a lot of buckwheat in general. We've had it in coffee, in chocolate, in I've seen crisps made of buckwheat. Seems like you can get pretty much anything you want with buckwheat in it. So buckwheat is very much a part of the Breton diet, which came from the days when there was both potato blight and the soil was too poor to grow wheat. So buckwheat was typically what was grown in Brittany. Although it's called wheat, it's actually gluten-free and therefore is believed to be quite good for you. It's quite fibrous. We've got a little bit of like a sort of beany vegetable-y stew left over that I'm going to put in, and we've got some eggs to use up and some cheese to use up, so that's going to be our filling. I do have to use my electric scales for this recipe, and we are wiggling around quite a lot today in the slip, so fingers crossed I can actually measure this out.
In hindsight, maybe today was not the best day to be making something that requires pouring and flipping, but never mind. The movement of the boat definitely added an extra challenge to making lunch. Galettes are usually fairly straightforward to make once you've got your hands on some buckwheat flour. The flour is mixed with milk, an egg, salt and pepper before being fried like a pancake and filled. Okay, plan B, yeah. Well, the first one's always a bit flaccid and pale and gross, so. You can put pretty much whatever you like in a galette, and they're a great way to use up leftovers. We'd had this vegetable and bean stew for dinner the night before with some couscous and had just enough left over for our filling. We also had eggs and cheese in them because they seem almost mandatory in all galettes.
Looking forward to a galette. Managed a long run this morning. I do love these. Thanks for making them, Laura.
Galette what?
Nice. That looks pretty good. Yummy. Oh, it's rolly.
I know, right? So rolly, and like trying to make a galette and it like standing up is a challenge.
Oh, did you put the cassoulet in it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, good God. Okay. It's all going terribly wrong. Round 3. There we go. Oh, I just got egg all over my jumper. The egg cracking today is going so badly. Definitely not as good as the crapperies make it, obviously. But mine came out crispier than yours. The buckwheat has got a very distinctive taste. It's sort of, how would you describe it? Like a bit more bitter than regular wheat?
Yeah, a tiny bit nutty.
Even trying to eat on the boat is a bit of a challenge. I'm like,
Thanks for watching. See you next time when we sail to Lorient and head inland to see the sights and try some local delicacies.